Hello everyone, welcome back to Mrsdrewry food channel. I hope everyone is doing amazing. In today's recipe, I am going to share with you how I make a very tasty and soft Ghana sweetbread or Ghana sugar bread. So if you are interested, let's keep watching. For this recipe, I am going to sift 500 grams of bread flour, which is about 4 cups. You could also use all-purpose flour if that's what you have, but bread flour is the best to use. I am sifting it because I want it to be very smooth without any lumps. Next, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of powdered milk, and this is the brand Nido or Nido. Next, I'm going to add 100 grams of granulated sugar or half a cup. Next, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of active dried yeast. I'll be adding half a teaspoon of salt. Make sure it doesn't get in contact with the yeast. Then I'm going to add 50 grams of margarine. You can use butter. Next, I'm going to add 1 large egg at room temperature. And last but not least, I'm going to add 240 ml of warm water or 1 cup. So I've got all the ingredients in my mixing bowl, and this time I'm going to use my KitchenAid stand mixer, but not for the whole kneading, just for 10 minutes. I'm starting with a slower speed. If you are also using a KitchenAid stand mixer, I use number 4. So the machine is going to knead it for about 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes I will increase the speed. So I'll go up to number 5. So this is if you are using a KitchenAid stand mixer. My dear friends, the machine has been kneading it for about 10 minutes in total, so I'm going to stop it and check my bread dough. So you will notice that it is still a little bit sticky. It's okay. It's because I'm going to continue the kneading manually. So this is how it looks like. In the next step, we are going to cover our bread dough with a clean towel for about 10 minutes because we want it to relax, no stress. So this is after 10 minutes, and right now I'm going to dust just a little bit of flour on my working table. You don't need too much, just a little bit. We don't need too much flour. And we're going to place our bread dough on it. Next, I am going to continue the kneading process, and I'll be kneading it for about 10 minutes. So make sure you've got some nice muscles because it's going to work you out. So if you decide to make the whole bread without using any stand mixer, you have to be ready to knead your bread manually for about 20 minutes. But it's totally up to you. I like to do 50-50, but that's just me. All right, my dough is ready. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more flour on my working top, and then I am going to shape it into a nice little ball like this. And then I am going to divide my bread dough into 2. You can divide it into 4, make small balls, like just the way you fancy it. I'll keep the first half aside and I'll concentrate on one. Next step, I am going to shape the bread into a loaf, and I have also sprinkled just a little bit of flour on my rolling pin. I'm going to fold each side and roll it. In that way, my bread is going to be very smooth, and it is also going to develop the glutens. So do it twice and roll it. In the next step, I am going to shape it into a log. So make sure you follow the steps. So basically, I just fold it inwards, just like this. It is very, very easy to do. And when I reach the end, I'm just going to pinch it, just as you see here, nicely, just like this. So my first loaf is ready, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Next, I am going to spray some sunflower oil in my baking loaf tin, not too much. And then I am going to place my loaf in it. Next, I am going to cover it with some cling film. So we are going to leave it to rest for about 2 hours. It might be less depending on how hot your place is, but it took me 2 hours for the bread dough to rise. So this is it now. After 2 hours, as I said, it's nicely risen. I have also preheated my oven at 170 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And also, to create a nice steamy environment in the oven, I'm going to place a bowl of water. Hey friends, look at these bread loaves. It's been baking for about 25 to 30 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. And look at this beauty. And it smells amazing in the kitchen. Wow, I couldn't wait to taste it. And they're so perfect. This is a close-up of my Ghana sweetbread or Ghana sugar bread. I'm just going to let it cool off just a little bit and then turn it over on my rack so that you can see how it looks like. Look at this beauty, the perfect Ghana sweet bread. This is exactly how I like it. If the sweet bread doesn't look like this, I don't want it. I'm joking. And this next step is just because it's me and I like to have my bread shiny, but this is just a bit of margarine. You don't have to do it. This is me and my craziness sometimes, but I like it shiny. Is it weird? Well, feel free to do it or not. It won't change the taste of the bread. The bread is still going to taste amazingly good. Mind you, the bread is still very, very hot, but I couldn't wait to show you how it looks like on the inside. It is nice and soft. Look at this. Wow. Can you see the steam coming out of the bread? As I said, it is steaming hot. I couldn't wait. Let me show you a close-up. Look how soft it is. Soft and bouncy. Exactly what I love. And now I am going to cut a slice of bread. You deserve it. So look at this. Can you imagine this with some butter or margarine inside, or even chocolate spreads, just wonderful. Have a close-up of my sugar bread. Look at this beauty, nice and soft. It will just melt in your mouth, guaranteed, no lie. Well friends, this is the end of my Ghana sugar bread recipe. I really hope you enjoyed watching it and that you are going to try it. Please do try it. You are not going to be disappointed. It is very tasty. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye and take care.